Never mind me while I'm stepping out my circumference. I feel the nerves trickling down. It's life humbling. My words stutter, stumbling, staggered, I'm caught off guard. This the life of a jigaboo, introverted, I'm scarred. Whoa, my murder been the melodies while they sing the choruses. Direct message from slaves saying we need more of it. Paranoia in my state, I see envy at high rates. Now it's crop off the fate, turn great so I fly straight. Was gone for a minute, now I'm back like an X with big factors. I see you turn flat like extinct like some raptors. When I drop through prayer, persistence, practice and patience, we move to greener pastures. They saying life is a matter of mastering basics and mastering patience. More time I get tired of waiting. Maybe it's fate procrastinating. The times are bad, so it really had me sprung. Like she got me doing things that I never do. You thought that we connected when in fact it was trauma bonding. Just leave it up to me to break the rules, never corresponding. My childhood filled with fence climbs and knee scrapes and bikes and kicking it by the street signs. The older I get, I'm trying to lessen any screen time. The bounce back heavy, I rock steady on climb. This world's a fucking loop, the news will pick and choose whatever truth they wanna give to you. I cannot stomach it, so I poop. Oops. When life turns sweeter, the lemon mouths get louder. But I'm amplified with ghosts from God like that boy Fowler. Working like I got that point to prove. But truth be told, the proof is right in the pudding, no point to lose. 60 for the crepes, yeah, I did that just because. She expected more, girl, you know I'm saving up. Left me on red, well, it was what it was. Never stress over them joints or in downs when times get rough, so I ghost. Long are the days when we was close, and when I see you, it's like two completely different type of ghosts. I approach the weekly fire dropping, which I'm feeding. Still, I don't expect to be the one. Your boy having fun. Still, the songs get spun like Beyblades and teacups. My fun fair to those that ever really know me from jump. So what's up, I've been the one they all depended on like TJ. Now they're dead wilder than a furry knockout punch, leaving them straight stunned. That's hella fun. Now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Tables turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keep dealing me cards, I keep feeling it.
Yo. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Guys, England are in to the final of the Euros. Big up everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you share and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the guys who are on the panel with me this afternoon. Guys, I will not keep you too long. I am a little bit busy this afternoon, so we'll try to run through this as quickly as we can. But big up to Harris, big up to Jerry, big up to K-Mac in the building. Guys, how you feeling this afternoon and that? England into the final? You know what I mean? How's everyone feeling?
Buzzing.
What are you telling me, Jerry?
What
man?
did I tell you?
Me? You there?
I told you, G. What? Remember when we discussed that? I said England are gonna win it. Remember? And man, we're looking at me weird. I said no matter what, I said they're gonna get there. They're gonna get there somehow. I was like, what? Southgate's gonna be immortalized. You see Wembley, yeah? One of the stands is gonna be called the Southgate stand. I'm telling you,
bro. I can see it already, bro. You
On the
can just see it. Yeah. Oh, listen, it's gonna be mad, man. Harris, man. Hope you're blessed, man. Hope you're doing well this afternoon. So, sorry, my commiserations, of course. You know, Holland and that. You know, but we'll get into that. Big up the people in the chat already. Did you see the Darwin madness? Listen, I need actually big up Bajan Reds in the building. By the way, man, make sure you guys, of course, head on over to Bajan Reds TV. Subscribe. You're gonna have to, because I know you guys did the watch along and stuff. I don't know if you stayed until the end when all the madness happened and stuff like that. Maybe you can give me like an account, because from everything, and obviously everyone knows what we're talking about, the whole Darwin Núñez, you know, him punching all of these fans and etc. But I just wanted to know exactly what had actually happened, because all I'm hearing is kind of just like, I hate wishy-washy information. It bugs me. It always bugs. Like when the man them are trying to tell you a story, but they leave out all the important bits. I'm like, well, really, there's context behind everything. So I would love to know if you guys, obviously, if you did watch that bit, what exactly happened from the moment it started to obviously the moment it ended, innit? So Yeah, man, but of course we can talk a little bit about that at the end. Big up Philippe in the building. England ain't winning if that fraud Kane is starting. We all saw why Spurs didn't win that UCL in 2019. Mad. I can't believe they qualified from the group playing like that, let alone make the final. Nah, it's true. It's 100% true. G paid the Colombian fans to fight Nunes as a plot to get Nunes sold. Hey, listen, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, man. Listen, I'll leave them lot alone. That's the copper side. It just shows how poor this Euros has been. Yeah, nah, big up. Angel saying, "Vamos Colombia, let's go Lucho." We done Spain 2 months ago. Hey, listen, at this rate, I'll keep it a buck. At this rate, it wouldn't surprise me. It actually really wouldn't surprise me, man. Big up Savage, man. Love for joining in.
I love big up everyone, man.
Bro. Guys, as well, make sure if you haven't watched the aftermath of the Euros, listen to the first 3 minutes of Savage stream. Yeah. Listen to that. Hear the joy that came out of Savage.
Allow it, man. I've slept on it now, blood. Don't send people to watch that, blood. It's so good, man.
Nah, man, it's in the YouTube. It's in the YouTube atmosphere, bro. Like it's there now. Man, I can't hide that no more. Man cannot.
You want to damn that Savage? Say no more.
Yeah, hey, listen. I've never seen that Savage before. I'll tell you. Listen, I've never heard Savage shout that loud for Liverpool. I'll tell you that much. The way he was screaming, yeah. It was mad. Liverpool fan in Japan has the footage up on his channel. Yeah, I'll go and check it out, man. I'll go and check it out. And
what's that? The Colombian Nunes thing.
Yeah. And again, like I said to everybody, I'm telling you, like, I don't like the wishy-washy bits that man's getting of this whole thing. I want to know from what happened from point one to the end, like to the point where we're seeing Darwin Nunes trying to dash chairs. I want to get to that point, but everyone keeps giving me like little bits of context. Nah, I want the whole story so that we know where I'll go on, because obviously them things they're serious, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's not really a game in that as well, because I know how the South Americans, they don't play with certain things. I know, Jerry, you mentioned something in the voice note earlier on, and I was just like, boy, this doesn't surprise me what actually happened. But listen, man, hopefully everybody's, of course, good on that side. But we're here to talk about England. We're here to talk about the Netherlands. I'll start off with Harris. If you're there, I'll start off with yourself. Obviously, Holland, I know they lost. I'm sorry. Chat to me, though, man. Were you impressed with Holland's game last night?
In the second half, I was. But the first half, it was kind of like, if you're going to play a low block, you have to get tight. Pause. Yeah. You have to be disciplined in how you play in a low block, because the amount of space that Foden, Bellingham, Mainu had on the ball. I even tweeted, I said, we've got we have to stop allowing them to have so much space. I'm seeing Bellingham take how many touches on the ball and able to pick up passes, and it's like, it's not acceptable if you're going to play a low block and you don't close those spaces down. But in the second half, I like what Koeman did. He brought in Veerman as the extra man in midfield to kind of match England, and it was more back passes from England. But I think the penalty, at first I thought it could be something, but when I saw a closer look, Kane strikes the ball and he hits Dumfries' foot, and it's kind of like like this ref apparently, I think he got done for match fixing apparently, and it's so, I don't know. It's like the Netherlands, they always fall short in a major competition, like in the World Cup. I think we deserved better against Argentina. There were some iffy decisions, and then yesterday some very iffy decisions gone against the Netherlands. So yeah, it's quite upsetting, but we moved.
Sorry that here just being disrespectful with that. Jerry, man, chat to me, bro. Obviously neutral, shall we say, in terms of the game in itself, but like just from both perspectives, really. Then I'll ask you, how did you kind of see it in terms of the game, man? How did it kind of go for you?
Yeah, man. The way I saw it was a situation where England obviously had a bit of confidence coming from obviously the penalty, obviously Bellingham doing over a kick, and obviously the penalty shootout. The Netherlands were also, I wouldn't say as confident, because obviously Turkey really stuck it on them. It was a bit of a different game in it. Like it was, do you know what I mean? But obviously the Netherlands, obviously 7 minutes showed that they can obviously come back in games. I don't know. I want to say it's quite even. I know obviously the Netherlands were in a low block, and I hear that idea of getting tight. But essentially, the way they were looking at it is that if the danger's in front of us, that's cool. Like you're not getting through us, and you're not coming down. I mean, you're going down the sides, but you're not coming through us. So it was just a situation where look, they were okay. I think obviously Memphis Depay, I don't know if he was carrying an injury already, but obviously he came off. And then obviously as England got into it in that second half, again it was more of the same thing, backward and sideways pass. I think when Veerman came on, you got someone that tactically kind of understands obviously the game, and they just knew what they were doing. You could see like, especially on the pitch, it was just they were so rigid and so just structured, the Netherlands, that was difficult for England to do anything. It was difficult for England to do anything. Of course, everyone was waiting for the changes to obviously happen. People screaming about the changes, and again, Gareth Southgate got it right, I guess, because the changes that he made both combined to get that winning goal in it. So, yeah, that was obviously a good finish as well. But going back to the penalty situation, I think that's mad. I mean, I think Dumfries kicked the ball first. Like that's how it looked to me. It looked like Dumfries cleared the ball, and Kane's gone and volleyed the back of his boot, which I've never heard for that to be a foul. And to be fair, like, this is where you have a gripe with VAR, because if VAR is not there, of course it's not there. So whatever the ref gives, the ref gives. But I can't understand why VAR haven't looked at that and told the ref to go and look at the monitor. Like I don't get how.
No, but that's the thing though. They told man. Remember, he didn't give anything. Like he was chilling. Remember, they were going to restart the game. Calm. Like Kane was on the floor for time.
I think
the physios came on. And then they've told man, yo, go and look at them. And remember, they I don't know if for those who are watching on ITV, you heard the woman, you know that woman they always keep bringing on for
the American chick.
Yeah, the American chick. They brought her on, and because I was baffled. I promise you, at first I was like, oh, whatever. Obviously, I saw the replay again. I was still like, that's not penalty, bro. And then she come on and said, nah, like that can't be. Like she was baffled herself. By the way, this is the same woman who's the one who's telling everybody about, yo, like these are the rules, etc. So she knows the rules. It's not like she don't know the rules. It's not like she's not coming in from it from any biased view. She's just here for the rules and the rules only, bro. So when she then said it, I was like, yeah, like. That exactly what she said is exactly what I was thinking. Like, why would that be a penalty? But obviously, all I kept hearing from people was like, oh, but if this was anywhere else on the pitch, I was like, yeah, I still wouldn't give it, even if it was anywhere else on the pitch. Like, I don't understand. Like, that had nothing to do with why I would have given it. Certain fouls, yeah, you can say, bro, if that was anywhere on that for me, and again, just my opinion, that wasn't one of those fouls where I looked at that and said, yeah, if that was in the center of the pitch, and my man did that same kind of action, I'd give a pen or a free kick for that. Honestly, listen, they gave it, so there's nothing.
So you're right, but the thing is, that's what it is. It's like this isn't like an opinion-based one. It's not. Yeah, but it's like it's not. They say your rule via. No, it's not an opinion-based one. So it's not like, was the excessive force? I mean, it's down to there wasn't that. That happens in football, innit? There was something similar that happened to Bellingham, right? I think where Bellingham had the balls on the edge of the box, I think in the first half, and he should have just passed it out to Trippier earlier, but he doesn't. He kind of dwells on it, then gives it to Trippier, and I think one of the centre backs or defenders or midfielders kind of steps on his foot, and it wasn't a foul. It wasn't given a foul. That happens in football. It shouldn't have been a foul. You weren't late. You both got to work at the same time, and your boots touched, innit? Like it's a contact sport. I don't understand how a man striking a ball, right, and his foot connecting with the bottom of your sole can never be deemed as a foul when it's football. Unless the player's coming in to really like studs up, try and do it, anything. The player's going to kick the ball also. That's crazy to me. That's actually crazy. So I understand the gripe that any Netherlands fans would have, because it's like, hold on. That's just a bit of a that's a mad decision to make in a semi-final as well. You know, this isn't like, you can recover the 3 points somewhere else. It's not even a group game. It's a semi-final, isn't it? So, but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. It's a shame that we got the penalty still. It's a shame.
K-Mac, how did you feel? During the game, man. We'll get into tactics and stuff in a minute, but yeah, how do you feel, man?
I'll give a synopsis. Basically, it was a game from a team that stunk up the entire group stage and still won their group, and the team that came third in their group. And it was just a smelly game. Like the only player that really turned up for that game was Foden. Like and I'm surprised because he stank up the entire tournament for the whole of the duration as well. I thought there was a foul before their goal, by the way, because I thought that was a foul.
What,
so
on
that should
Declan
have been
Rice?
given. Yeah.
Nah,
So
that
I
was
thought that was a
calm,
foul.
bro. Nah,
way,
that
no
was
way,
like you even in the replay, because they did a close up of that of Declan Rice losing the ball. Even in that, bro, like he just loses the ball. Like, like there was
No, it wasn't.
like
It wasn't on Declan Rice. It was on another player beforehand, where he won the
I
ball.
can't remember.
And he came in on his knee. He came in on his knee and knocked him over. I thought that was a foul. So I didn't think that should have been given. And the penalty, I don't know, his foot was high and he led with his studs. I think that's why it was given. Dangerous play, not actually anything to do with the contact.
Dangerous play. He got the ball
play.
first. He got to the ball first.
I know.
Look, guys, look at the picture. Look at the picture.
Look, it
Like,
was 0-0 for me, and we won 1-0 with a really good goal in the 90th minute. But it's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. I fell asleep pretty much in the second half. I woke up towards the last 5 minutes, luckily for the goal. But we just stinky. Like, I mean, what does Trippier do? Like, seriously, please tell me what he does. Because
but you say no, but
every
hold on,
time
but we
get the
say
ball,
that,
it just
right?
goes back the other way. And
No, but we say that, right? Like, I wanna just put something out there, innit? Like, sorry to like burst. I've said it before, but sorry to burst like English fans' bubble, innit? You ain't ever gonna be Spain. You ain't gonna be Brazil. You're not gonna be this flary team that's gonna be like dominating teams. Fish and chips, EastEnders. Do you know what I mean? Stacey from EastEnders.
Come on.
I mean,
that's Stacey. That's what I'm all about, bro. In my blood.
Look at the players we've got.
That's my point. Get an early goal, sit back, Brexit defending, hit you on the counter with pace. That's English football culture up and down the pyramid. Why are we trying to act like England is it's like Spain have always dominated possession and they're now trying to go and play target man football. That is not what England's about. It's not, irrespective of the types of players you're trying to create, because the level of that we're talking of, like the equivalent of our Eze, right? of Spain's Eze is Olmo, innit? He's coming off the bench for Pedri. Like that's the difference, innit? At that level. So we have to just be accepting, like, this is the football that's going to go and play. Look at it. If England now win, I don't want to hear about, but it's been stinky. There's multiple ways to win football, right? I hear that from an entertainment standpoint, you might not be as entertained, but if you're football purist in terms of liking football for the tactics, the fact that teams play different ways, England are proving right now that defensively they're solid. Trippier, when you're looking at the metrics, is topping all the metrics. That's hence why he's going and playing there. In terms of recoveries, everything, he's topping the metrics from that side. So that's why he's in the team. I get the idea that you want to go and put all these players on and you think England could never do that. If they try to go and do that, especially against Spain now in the final, they're going to really understand what football's about, and it'll be a humbling. You got to kind of just understand that, we're a team like this and we're sitting back. And clearly the players are happy with it anyway. The players seem happy with it. The players are all backing Gareth. They're all saying, no, we're comfortable with it. This is the football they're comfortable with. Because best believe if they didn't like it, they'd come out and say it. They're like, nah, this is too defensive. Look, we want to be a bit more expansive. No, they're just happy with it. Kane's happy. Everyone's happy.
My gaffer Northgate, My G Jerry, telling the people. That's what I'm saying, blood.
I don't really care, to be honest. Like, as long as we win.
God save the Queen and that.
Go on, Savage. Chat to us, bro. I know we did the aftermath.
Listen, I hear what came out saying and that, but for me, like the first half was England's best first half played all tournament. So I don't know how.
Bro, we said it yesterday for like a couple of years. I've never seen England play like that, bro.
And Trippier is frustrating in certain things, but he's also good in certain things as well. I actually said to G, like, there's times when Bellingham was holding onto the ball for long, it's because he's waiting for an overlap from Trippier and he's just not doing it. But they're getting the job done, bro. Like I don't understand the hate with all these football tacticals. All of a sudden have a problem with getting to a final and that. Like we ain't seen Liverpool stink their way to finals before. Was Liverpool great getting to the final against AC Milan? But no, everyone just remembers the final, bro. I don't care, bro. It's a tournament. Obviously, when we analyze games and we can see that someone's playing rubbish in a 38-game Premier League season, you can say, I don't think this is going to be sustainable because it's 38 games, bro. At some point, this is going to fall. That's what most people did with Liverpool last season. This is 7 games maximum to win a trophy, bro. And there's one left. Who cares, bro? The goals are going in. England, not only they're going in, they've given us moments as well. Like you don't like it in the moment because it's like, it's nervy and it's like, oh, it's gonna go to penalties and we might lose. But that's the hindsight's great for us, isn't it? Because when you get through it, it's amazing. All of a sudden, when you get through penalties, it was great that it finished on penalties. When you score in the last minute, in the 96th minute, it's great that you scored in the 96th minute. It's a beautiful thing, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Some man just want to see the world burn, and I just want England to win a trophy, bro. Like, I'm fed up of like it's coming home song.
I agree.
The song says 30 years ahead, and it's like 55 now. It's just like every year.
Savage, I agree. You
do. I know you do. You did say about a week ago when you was arguing in Southgate's point, saying, "Well, if you just think our way to the final, no one will care." No one will care. Yeah. But I just don't think yesterday's particular game
that it was a pile of crap.
No, I hear it. I just don't agree on yesterday's game that it was a pile of crap. If you tell me about all the other ones, I agree. Yesterday, I don't think England were crap. I actually think Netherlands came out in the second half. They changed what they'd done in their formation a little bit because obviously the pie left.
Yeah.
And then instead of putting on another attacker for him, they used somebody else. And then they defended a little bit better and England sat back. I didn't like the fact they sat back. But hey, man, it's all good, man. And through the Harris and the rest of you Dutch fans and that, you pussies, but who cares, bro? Hold that. You know what I mean? You want to tell me about that? You know what I mean? Remember when you like flying up? You remember the Young's fly kick and all that, bro? I'm complaining then. You know what I'm saying, bro? It happens, bro. England's been on the wrong side of the decision so many times.
No. You talk about the De Jong and
Alonso. World Cup final 2010, bro. Fly kick to the chest piece, bro. So I'm just saying. I don't like. I said to G straight away. I messaged G straight away. I said, "No, it's not. That's not. To me, that's not."
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Savage actually fully.
I've seen it happen too many times elsewhere on the pitch, and the same thing happens, bro. And I'm like, I don't know how a ref ever gives that for fights. It's actually. I know people talking about the ref being corrupt 20 years ago, whatever it was, bro. And they should just ban you in it if you're corrupt, surely. But that wasn't no corruption, bro. That's VAR's problem. That is because the ref made the decision not to give a penalty. And that by you just telling the ref, go and look at the screen, you're literally telling him there's a clear and obvious mistake you've made. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got involved. So then he goes over to the screen and you're putting stuff in slow motion and reversing it and all that, bro. Then he's got all the man. It shouldn't have been a penalty, but hey, man, it's hold that, bro. You know what I mean? I've seen it I've seen Portugal, England, I've seen who was it? Sol Campbell. I saw him score a clean header in extra time against Portugal, and he got ruled off because they said he jumped on the play and he jumped on Shearer, bro. I seen Lampard go over the line, and the Ted told me it didn't count, bro.
That was a mad thing.
The Lampard one was crazy. The Lampard one was crazy. The Jadilani thing off the crossbar.
Argentina as well. Yeah. Beckham got sent off for giving Simeone a little calf massage and that, bro. I've had enough of this shit, bro.
That night when we lost to Argentina, I ended up getting nicked for throwing a pizza at a policeman.
Hey, look, bad man came out, you know. Hey, look who I'm saying. When free came out every time, bro. Go sharp.
Man, like G man.
Hey, Jerry's actually a full-time waste man. Anyways. Obviously, listen, look, as everyone's kind of said in the chat and stuff like that, and of course we all watched the game, that first half for England, like I said, for me, that was a good first half from England, man. I can't even lie, man. Jerry, man, chat to me about that. What was so good about England in that first half? Or was it just a case of just Holland were just really that bad, or were England genuinely that good in the first half? Because I thought they were good, but I don't know. What do you think, man?
Yeah, no, they were good. I think they moved the ball along. I think obviously it was a semi-final. The team was brimming with confidence. Obviously that goal by Jerry Simmons in that 8th minute, it caught them off guard, didn't it? That was just like raw, like for both teams. It just caught everyone off guard. So when that goes into the top bins, like, and that's that finish as well from him. Yeah, it's just they've got an out.
Although Pickford, I don't know. Like you don't think Pickford should have saved?
And obviously,
Tiny hands should have saved.
Yeah, nah, man. I think if you're looking at that,
tiny arms,
the ball. But irrespective, like for me, that ball's not even spinning though. That ball was hit, and the ball was just you could see the damn writing on the ball. Like it weren't spinning when he's hit it. Like it is where it's gone past the keeper. Like he snapped it. He's falling over. Like you're not expecting. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the keeper needs to save that. But yeah, look, good goal. And then obviously from that. Obviously, I don't think Netherlands or England were expecting to score a quick goal like that. So as soon as they done that, I think the Netherlands did what England do, and they're very similar. They kind of just sat off and were like, cool, we're just going to go and try contain for now. because England are coming at us. And what happened is they kind of sat up for a bit too long. Obviously, England then started getting on the game and their players started getting on the ball. So when Trippier's getting on the ball a lot, when Walker's really high getting on the ball, it means that Saka can be higher. And then it just started obviously compiling and causing problems. So they were causing some issues there. Obviously in the Netherlands, the problem they've had is when they're catching you on a counter, they're really good in transition, but that last pass sometimes is like underhit, overhit. Do you know what I mean? Xavi Simons plays Marlon through and it gets stuck in Marlon's feet when they're catching him on the counter. So if the Netherlands had that final pass on Knock a bit more, it maybe looks a bit different because England get caught. Do you know what I mean? Get caught quite often. Do you know what I mean? Trying to go and play. Obviously they didn't, and obviously grew into the game, got the penalty, and now it's 1-1, and now it's like, oh, okay. England started to really dominate, and obviously when Memphis Depay comes off, Netherlands then have to kind of adjust to what they're doing and kind of understand their roles. But I think once the second half came through, and obviously we'll talk about later, when Veerman kind of just then knew, cool, we're here, everyone understood like what they're going to go and do. I think they were the better side in that second half, innit? I think their game plan, irrespective of whether you liked it or not, they executed their game plan really, really well in that second half, which is unfortunate in the last minute. Obviously, they conceded. But England, no, they've done well, man. They've done well. Getting on the ball, I think, obviously, there's the system change, allowing the Foden to come more in field. As obviously, everyone's been asking for it. It helps England much more because he can come into those pockets, float around, as you can see there. I know he's predominantly on the left, but he's all over the place. Like, he's all over the place. So he's picking up the ball on the right. He's cutting in, taking shots from the right-hand side. Do you know what I mean? So he was affecting the game, man. He was affecting the game.
Nah, man, of course, man. Well, but it's okay, man. In that first half, man, how did you what did you like? What did you like?
The first half, once we got the penalty, we played with more pace, and that's the difference. That is just the difference with England. We played with more pace, and it really helped that we had Gahey, because it meant that John Stones could come into midfield more, and I noticed that he was doing that. I thought Gahey was brilliant. Like, he looks a real player. He wins all his headers as well, and he's quite short, which is really interesting. I thought that Foden had his best game by a country mile. He was dictating the play more. Rice kind of stayed back a lot more this time round, and Bellingham just kind of drifted to the left a lot. Kane stayed in the box as well, which was interesting a bit more, which is obviously why he got that chance. Because if he'd done what he did in the other games, he probably wouldn't have been in the box for the chance. It was a good first half. I'm going to say something controversial though. Do you think Xavi Simons might be oh God, what's his name? Who was the Burnley manager that got sacked?
Yes. Well, you're saying his company's
kid? Do you think it might be his love child?
It's the same big mega mind head shape, isn't it? I know, man.
He looks a spitting image of him, like his kid.
The company one, I definitely hear because his head is big. Like,
it's mad that. And the second half as well. As much as we did play badly and we got outplayed quite a lot because they brought the extra midfielder on, we did have patterns of play, and we were literally a couple of centimeters away from having a really perfectly good goal by Saka. Yeah. Because of the patterns of play, and the same pattern of play worked as well for our actual winning goal. Yeah. We kind of started doing that a bit more. So I'm hoping we take that into the final, because we've had no patterns of play whatsoever in any of the games until
they should have started Veghorst, man. Would have helped them.
Yeah, we definitely would have. Definitely.
He's a donkey, and he doesn't half.
They did have that one great in the second half, though. They did have that one great pattern of play, bro, where it looked like everyone just kept playing the ball back to Virgil. Like, every time he gave it to someone, they give it him back. Yeah, and then somehow they beat England's press, and Cody was gone. He was gone, and every player that tried to tackle him, he just done him, carried on running. And then Walker came across like a cracker, then out of nowhere, bro.
No, that's actually dope.
Walker was actually good. Walker's been bad this tournament, but yesterday he was really good, bro.
He was.
I'll ask you this, Savage, yeah? Because I know we were talking about this yesterday. And obviously, England started off with that three at the back, the same formation that they used in the previous game, right? No problem. First half, we all said, that was a good first half by England. When he then brought on Luke Shaw in that second half, and then obviously he's gone more to a conventional back four, why do you think that then changed almost like the impetus of what was? Because it's not like the score, it's not like we're winning by this point. It's not like England are 2-1 up at this point, and you're doing a Spain where it's like, okay, this half is going to be about containment and possession. why do you think it almost was like we reverted back to?
I don't know.
What
I mean, I know why they changed the formation, but I think like obviously the other formation.
No, but did he? But okay, just before you continue,
Yeah.
but did he need to change formation? Could he not have just swapped Luke
That's
Shaw
what I
and
thought, but
Trippier and just left
when I
it?
watched Southgate's interview after the game, he said that he kept changing every time they changed. That's what he said. He said we had to keep changing. So basically, that's what I'm saying. If the who came on for the pie? They don't remember who came on from that. Straight it wasn't an attacker, was it?
Okay, it was a midfielder. It was a midfielder.
Yeah, so like if they brought a like for like attacker on for the pie, who's going to be more attacking based, they would have just kept it the same in it. But because they didn't, he tried to change it. And I remember I said to you, like, I can't even have a go at Southgate because Trippier's the one person that I said to my son I want him off at halftime. Not because he's playing rubbish. He's just in the offensive side, he's not affecting it. So Saka is getting high up the pitch. In turn, Walker's covering him. And on this side, Bellingham's drifting out and is in good positions where if there's someone overlapping, he gives him two options now, and he can either go to the left with the overlap, go right with the ball, or try to take someone on himself. But when there's no overlap, obviously the other teams like that's easy for us, then, isn't it? You're not going to burn me at the byline. So obviously Shaw offers more balance instantly, but because he seems like he's not match fit, which it makes sense. That's why they don't start him from the beginning of the game. I was just wrong. So I just thought even bringing him on for half a game, he would still seem to have the fitness, but then he looked like he didn't want to burst forward.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I've got two options. I can burst forward, but don't expect me to run back. Or I can stay at the halfway line, and then I'm covering both sides. And I think that's what happened eventually. But yeah, man, it's not nice because it was like remember me and you said it, and it was a total, like it literally halftime happened, and then they came out like the England from the game before, like instantly.
Yeah, literally.
And all of a sudden, Foden wasn't getting on the ball, whereas in the first half, Foden, he's having a few shots. I think I didn't check the stats, but I'm guessing England had more shots in that game than they did combined for the whole tournament on target or anything like that. Because I don't remember much shots. Kane had a shot, Foden had two shots, one hit the post, obviously. And obviously, Mainu had bare space to run into when we played like that. Because Rice though, man, he was not good, bro. But Mainu was good. I don't know what's happened to Rice in this tournament, bro. But he won't be like that for Arsenal. But for England, I said to you yesterday, he plays like he's petrified, bro. He plays like he's scared to have the ball. And I'm watching Foden and Mainu. I'm watching Foden, Mainu, and Bellingham try to be patient with him, but then get to a breaking point where they're throwing their arms up like, bro, I'm literally asking you for the ball. Why don't you want to give it? It's almost like he's so scared to lose it. He's like, nah, I'll just give it back to Gabe, bro.
You know what's funny about Declan Rice? I keep saying this every game, and I don't know why this Euros, I've noticed it more, right? Every time and listen, by the way, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Yeah. People who play ball, they know, they will know. Why is it every time he wants the ball, he always does this with his hands, like I'm like, bro, like we can see you, like I'm sure that man can probably hear you. Like, just say you want the ball and they'll give you the ball, bro. Like, it's always, I don't know, that's just a silly thing, by the way. Like, there is no way to do it. If you want the ball, you say it however you need to say it. Maybe it was so loud in there, maybe man can't really hear you, but I see him every game, bro.
Him and Bellingham definitely has it, but they have like all the Sunday League mannerisms still. Like
yes.
Bellingham is literally like I'm watching him, and it's like everything he does, he's doing up Sunday League all the time, and that. Bro, I know that when man's scoring, that he's telling the man them it's 0-0, lads.
Same again, lads. Seconds.
Like
this.
I've heard someone say seconds.
Pull a name on it.
Well, you can't see me going over the header. Do I need to put my name on
Get it out.
Okay, no. Nah, honestly, Declan. Listen, of course, look, these guys are top professional players playing at the highest level. But you're right; they fully have those Sunday League mannerisms.
Yeah, they do.
It's hilarious when you see it.
And you can tell that because Foden's been like nurtured in the Man Cities, he doesn't understand what.
Yeah, he don't really have that. Yeah, you can see it.
Bro, please, if anyone just watches Foden in that second half, watch Foden's face every time Declan gets the ball. He's showing for him how all of us would say you want your player to show for him because he's comfortable on the half turn, and so is Mainu. And Rice literally he runs towards you like he's about to give it you and that, and then he just turns back
and then doesn't give you it.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You need to look at, right. You see, like Watkins, that finished there. I've seen it a million times in goals. Like, these players, like, you need to look at culturally what our players are about. You need to look at it. Like, if you've got players like Declan Rice, Bellingham, all these players, they're players you can do. I mean, you can see the C Tech, B Tech, D Tech, whatever version of these in a non-league team somewhere. A box-to-box
100%.
midfielder.
100%.
A brother that's 6 foot, can run a lot. Like these, you need to play that way because it's easier. Like the system's there. You will know how to play the game. So if we just said, you know what, we're gonna go and play how Scumthorpe United play, long ball in behind, set. Do you know what I mean? Set a player, spin off in, make runs in behind the striker. We'd be all right. Like they know how to play that way because they've played that, they've grown up playing like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you can Foden's a bit different, but apart from Foden, they've all played like that. They've all played like that growing up.
Jerry's right, man. We're the one team. I've been saying for years as well. Like when we all know, we've all grown up with, we know what how Brazilian's going to play. We know how Spain's going to play. We have an Italian style. We've spoken about that whole life. The one team that doesn't have it is England. We don't know what it is, bro. Forever, like the whole time. It doesn't matter from like Lampard and that, from Lineker and that. Nobody knows. It's just blood and guts. And fight your way to the final, bro. Even like because it's not about how good bad it is.
Do you know what?
Carry on, bro.
Yeah, but Hugo, I was saying that, but the thing is, what you're saying though, like England do have a style. It's that like when it's the thing you're talking about on Sunday League. The problem is England try to go and move like, no, we can do what Spain do. We can do what, like you can't. Like it's okay. Like you don't have to be them.
Yeah,
it's okay. Right to say we're not gonna play. We're not gonna go and play with Dani Olmo's in the pockets, a man coming and spinning in behind. No. You can do all of that. We're gonna sit back, but guess what? We're gonna have players that are faster and stronger than you, though. And we're just going to go and go mad direct, make it mad uncomfortable for you.
Yeah,
put Tony on as well. Yeah. Tony and Watkins, big man, little man, deal with that. You want to try and play on the ball, cool. It's the same way. It's the same way when Liverpool go and come up against someone in the FA Cup, and we're like, "Rah, why are Mansfield giving us a tough time?" Yeah, because they're just getting mad direct. Just
getting mad direct. What they know, innit?
Just go direct.
You best not sticking to what you know. Yeah, that's right, man. Because obviously, what style of play you like is very subjective. So you can't exactly. Like remember when we played Luton? When we played Luton and we drew, I went onto the player rating.
Best example.
Bear man were telling me after the game, I was being like non-biased at all. It was like, all Luton done was just part of the boss. They didn't even do anything, bro. I'm like, they literally did their game plan. Like it worked out perfect for them. What you're talking about? No, it's anti-football and that. That's because you think it's anti-football, bro. Luton just got a point against Liverpool and they nearly won. So it worked out for them perfect, man. You have to know, like when Leicester won the league. Yes, there was like Mahrez moving techie and all that, but Danny Drinkwater and Robert Hoof and Wes Morgan and that, they were just bullying people, bro. Every corner came in, they were just bullying people. They were
bullying people and spraying 30-yard passes.
Exactly.
The games where we've done well have been the games when I've seen Declan Rice getting the ball, touching it out of his feet and just hitting a diag into a corner. Yeah. We scored a goal from a long throw in from Walker where Bellingham done an overhead kick. Bro, like it's not. At this point, it shouldn't be like, do you know what I mean? Science, rocket science. Like, it's cool. England play a certain style of football. I don't care if you like it or not. You need to just go and play culturally to what your players are good at. And culturally, English football is that. It's been high pace. It's dynamic. It's, do you know what I mean? Being all mad intense. It's that. It's not Pep Guardiola football. Like, forget what they're playing in the Premier League. Culturally, 98% of footballers in this country don't play that style of football.
Yeah.
What people don't play that style of football. All don't play that style of football.
Yeah. For people like Foden,
exactly, it wouldn't work.
So England fans are just football snobs then?
Yeah. Obviously.
We are snobs. We want perfection in its highest form.
Why do you think Southgate seems so frustrated in his interviews? Because Southgate is saying what Jerry's saying, bro. He knows what he's trying to get out of his players.
He's played that. Yeah, he's played
that. One of them copying him is like, every time you cost me, we're going through the next round and the next round and the next round. We keep. It's true, man. That's his style.
I mean, all he has to do is just say, "We're in the final again."
But this is it, and I think because I don't know who mentioned it earlier on, and Harris, I want to get you involved in the next thing, but I think it's because, as someone said earlier on, when you look at the players, we need to take, and this is why I did that show, Club versus Country. We need to stop looking at clubs, like the club players or the players on international duty, and expecting them to do the same things they do at club level. Foden isn't going to play the same way he does when he's got Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Haaland running in behind, scoring goals, Jack Grealish on the side, like Rodri mopping up play, Ruben Diaz at the back with Edison playing as a second centre back. Like these men are not going to do the same thing. Jude Bellingham isn't going to play the same way that he does when he's got Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Chouameni, Camavinga. Bro, it's going to be impossible for you unless you have literally got the exact same profile of players, which they don't, how would you expect that to happen? Sorry,
but you was mad. But you was mad, G. We do have the profile, yeah. We do have the profile. This is where the problem is. The profile is Wharton, it's Mainu, it's players that aren't at the level of the other elite teams. That's why Mainu weren't starting games, because when you're looking at it, it's like, cool, like we've got Mainu, but the equivalent of a Mainu, like a deep line playmaker or whatever, or someone that can keep the ball. Spain have got Rodri, and Germany have got Toni Kroos. Like that's the level you're competing with. England don't have that. So the problem you have is that these teams, again, when we're talking about the players England have, they're all weapons. They're all just weapons. They're man that can just you get him the ball when he can do something in the final third. But what brothers can actually dictate football? What guys, when you look at it, are like, no, they can run a game by themselves. They run games. None of them can. Like none of these players in the team are the spine of the team that make the team tick. They haven't got a McAllister. They haven't got a Jabi Alonso. They haven't got a Zidane. They haven't got a Cruz. They haven't got a Khedira and Özil. They haven't got none of these players. They haven't. So you're having to go and play a different way. You've got all these weapons, but you're asking a Foden that isn't really. He's that guy. Like, yeah, he's a creative player, but he's not dictating games by himself, right? Yeah. He's not being asked to. He's in the 10 position. He's not in the 6. You're asking him to come and get the ball off the centre backs. So now Foden has to do it. Bellingham's not asked to go and do that at Real Madrid. He's got Toni Kroos and Modric and them man. He's up. Do what you got to do up front. You're not good. You're not good enough as a number 8 for us and what we've got, and you're not the best.
No, Arteta took him away from it, Kima.
No, but he's not. He's got Odegaard. What happened? They put Jorginho in there. End of the season. That's my point. They put Jorginho in the end of the season, and he was running.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like England have the profile. Like England will have the profile.
You know what's really
but the players that England are creating, they're all just attackers. You're seeing.
We probably have got a player like that. Curtis Jones can do that job, but he's not going to get a look in.
You have to start this kind of thing at youth level, and it like because that's what Germany and that did before around the 2010 World Cup when Ozil and all that come through. They came through as a crop together, like these England boys did. But what man forgetting is the old England under 21 manager was Southgate, and it so it's kind of stayed the same there. And I told you the other day when he leaves, bro, they'll give Lee Carsley the job, bro. They'll just promote the guy who's already there. So he just stays in the same system.
I guess, big up, Adrian. Yeah, I literally just saw your message now. Yeah, I think with those kind of things, you know what? Let's just wait until after Sunday in terms of that, because that will be interesting to see whether he stays or goes, depending on the result. Like, is he going to leave if England don't win it? Kind of thing, because regardless of anything, your time here, you can judge it. Obviously, it's successful in terms of if you start comparing it to others. If we talked about it just in your own context, for me, I wouldn't really deem it that successful because I'll be like, we haven't won anything. So I don't know what we measure in the level of success.
Yeah, it's been here a long time. It's been nearly a decade now, but it's a long time. But
he's been here for mid, right? It's not like he's been here for 2 6.
He's done 2
like a win-win for me.
Yeah.
It feels like a win-win for me because he goes if he wins, he goes if he loses. For me.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, if he was to leave on a high,
he will go regardless. He will go.
That's what I want. That's why, from like all jokes aside, and that because it's not about whether I like Southgate's football or not, bro. The man ain't done anything horrible to actual people personally, and the man them treat him like he's done something personal. So for me, I would rather him go out on a high and win. And if he doesn't, and you lose to Spain and you give it your best in that, but then of course I'm not going to be like, oh, England's successful, but just let him go and then find a new manager in it. But if he goes on a high, bro, bring on the bank holiday, bro, bring on waistcoat Wednesdays, and I'm here for it still.
Bro, this waistcoat Wednesday that
I'm here for another bank holiday.
Yeah,
man. I think everyone in the UK is. But
Wednesdays and Polo Fridays.
I'm here for it, man.
Just moving on.
Yeah, I told you about this guy, bro. He can't come back to the actual training.
Definitely do a show in waistcoats.
Yeah,
do a waistcoat show.
Harris, man, I want to get your opinion, man. I want to hear what you're saying. Obviously, I know. Yeah, I mean, I know. Obviously, the guys are getting on to you because I'll understand that. And to be honest, I actually thought you guys were actually kind of dead food yesterday, like in general. But the second half, you could get a little bit better. Chat to me about, obviously everyone's talking about it in the chat. I see you guys, and of course, obviously Van Dijk speaking out after the game. Maybe a little bit emotional. Maybe he's just a little bit. Like he just lost the game, and you men are firing questions at man like left, right, and center about decisions and stuff like that. But just in terms of his tournament, man, like how have you seen it, man? Obviously now it's done now.
I think he's been his usual self. just really Virgil. Really, standards are high, performance levels have been high. It's a shame because I said a couple months ago on Jerry's stream that I think Netherlands have a chance to go far in the Euros, which we did. And of course, if Liverpool actually won the quad and the Euros, if Virgil won the quad with Liverpool and the Euros, I think he should have been the one for the Ballon d'Or. But that Ballon d'Or dream's gone. So, yeah. Have you seen his comments recently?
Yeah, that's what I was literally the next thing I was just about to ask you was like,
He should have won the Ballon d'Or, by the way. He was absolutely robbed of that.
What, when Messi won it?
Yeah, he should have won it.
You know what Messi done that season?
I feel like we do forget sometimes that Messi was actually phenomenal that season, bro. Like he was.
To be fair, Virgil did knock him out though in the Champions League, so it's a bit.
I hear it. No, listen. That in itself, I fully hear it. No, but he didn't. No. He didn't win it that year. He didn't come second that year. He came second in 2018, not 2019, because that's the year that we actually won it. 2019. He would have won it for his performances prior to that, bro. If you check Messi's thing,
it was the 2019. It was
no. It was 2018. I'm sure. Oh, let me double check.
No, it wasn't.
Apologies for me.
Yeah, but he goes from half a year to half a year.
Did he lose it by like 2 points? Wasn't it?
Like you know why? Because he voted for Messi. It's his own fault. Should have voted for Ronaldo. He would have won.
Yeah, you don't like that. Vote for Ronaldo, bro. You clown.
Nah, is that true?
He voted for Messi. He should have voted for Messi.
Why would you vote for Messi if you were
obviously he didn't know that he was
going to it like that's the player he thought was the best. Like you know when you're new to like the party and that, like you don't know how things are really like, bro. You know, if you want to win, you're gonna need to like vote for like Ronaldo, so that you know in terms of the votes and everything. Brother, he's new, brother. He ain't been to no Ballon d'Or awards. He don't know how the thing really goes. So he's just being honest. He's just being that guy, like, you know what I mean? He's new to this whole scene. So he's just being an honest guy saying, let me just vote for Lionel Messi because that's who I thought was the best player kind of thing. Maybe got beef with Ronaldo and that as well. So, yeah, I mean.
We won the... So he got it for the 2019 won the Champions League, innit?
Yes. Is that the year that he won it then? I mean, sorry, the year that
but they carry it on from like... They go from, was it May till May or something like that? Or April till April. It's not like January.
Also, it was in like December-ish of 2019.
Yeah, so we won the league, and then the Ballon d'Or that year, which was like 2 months after the season or whenever like that. He then, you know what I mean? So it's really for his performances from the year before when we finished as a point behind.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
and then it's kind of because Modric won on it on the year before, and he was great, but he probably shouldn't have even won it that year himself, man. But because Messi was good that year as well. But hey, man.
But you know, based on his comments on his future. If I'm Virgil, honestly, I think after like towards the end of the season, I would actually consider possibly leaving Liverpool. I know he has just been named captain last season, but a player of Virgil's quality, I think he should be up there with the Real Madrids. I wouldn't say Barcelona is at their level before. So if I was Virgil, I'd probably ask my agent, can you just offer me to Real Madrid, see what they're saying? Obviously, Alaba's out for a long period of time. They're looking for a new centre back, so why not?
Nacho's off as well. So what are you saying?
He's already.
You know, they don't have a lot of centre backs. That's why when people are talking about the centre back like Euro, and I'm like, you know, they don't have bare centre backs just chilling. They do. They actually need a centre back to come in like ASAP.
I'm here for it though, Virgil and Rudiger. I'm here for it still.
Oh no,
I think
that's too much.
His agent's already offered him to Real Madrid, by the way. Real Madrid are looking.
I'll bring it on. Load it up. Let me know when it happens so I can get my Real Madrid.
But how much do you think Liverpool? Yeah. And guys in the chat, I know this is all hypotheticals and that. How much do you think Liverpool would let him go for? Or do you think it's as simple as that?
I think they would want 100.
We've only got. I think
he's only got a year left. Remember? No,
he's about 60.
Not so. Yeah, that's what I think.
60, 50. I think 60 since his contract's low, so I'll say 60 then.
You know what's mad? He's 33 years old, so I can't even act like.
The thing that worries me about Virgil, by the way, is the club aren't going to look at his contract till Christmas.
Yeah, he might look at that and think, "I'm all right."
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that we're now linked with some centre backs that are actually over the age of 23 is interesting. With the Juventus lad Bremer, like heavily linked with him now. That's a 27-year-old centre back, and Gay.
But if you if you look at Virgil's Liverpool career, so we go to 2018, where he came in the winter. He got to a final with Liverpool. Then the season after, he won the Champions League. And then the season after, he won the league. Season after that, ACL. Season after that, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Fell short of the league by 1 point. And I think in 2019, we fell short of the league by 1 point as well, innit?
Yeah, because the Champions League.
So that's two. So that's two then.
That was Company in it when he scored against Leicester. That was 22/23 season had a bozo moment of the season. Then the season just now capitulated once again towards the end of the season. So like if you look at Virgil, his overall career, I think he has had a good career at Liverpool. But if I'm him at the age of 33, I haven't got a long time left in my career. So I'm gonna do what is best for me and perhaps move somewhere else to a bigger club where I can be a main star in the team in defense and try and win more titles and more Champions Leagues. Because one thing at Real Madrid, you're guaranteed is trophies. At Liverpool, you are guaranteed trophies, but the thing is, how big are those trophies?
Since when?
Are they community shields?
Are we guaranteed trophies, bro?
I mean, we will win something, but it depends whether it's like a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, or something. We always fall short in the league, and it's like we could be discussing in, let's say, October. Let's say we're on stream, and we could be saying, okay, we still need this, we still need that. We're never set. Man City are always set. Arsenal, they're trying to get to that level where, like, okay, yeah, we don't really need that much. And the thing is, they're doing their business early, and we haven't. We signed some 15-year-old youth.
Hey, big up Rio. Big up Rio, man.
Big him up. But I can't get excited over a signing like that because that's not contributing to what's helping the team win the title.
Yeah, Virgil don't help himself, man. Because every time Virgil speaks, bro, they catch him.
I heard that Rio, brother. I heard he's Neymar, Mbappe, and Vinicius we put together.
Bro, Liverpool fans will make a player turn into fucking Maradona if we saw one. Listen, I don't listen to none of these stupid Liverpool fans.
Virgil's comments after the thing when he said, I'm going to regroup and talk about my future with my club and my country. That's what's normal to me, but now the press make it... Every report says now Virgil talks about his future with Liverpool. And that. He didn't need to mention Liverpool, did he? Like, he didn't need to mention club. But it's all over the place, man. See that USA trying to want Klopp as their manager.
Yeah, that don't make no sense to me. Yeah. But just before we kind of close it out, there's two more players I wanted to speak on. What did I say? What did you say, Savage, was going to happen?
You said you want to see how he plays, and I said that means he's going to play shit then.
And what did he do yesterday? He played fucking shit. I was like, this brother that everyone keeps talking about, like you keep telling man, gee, you know what Ryan does? You know he's decent food and brother. This guy was chasing. No, he didn't. Okay, he didn't play shit. But I promise you, he was chasing shadows in that midfield. At one point, he even tried to. I can't remember who was on the right-hand side in the first half. Man tried to get the ball. They just, it's like they just popped it round him in a triangle. And he just said, "Bro, forget this, man. I ain't running again." Like he just left it. And I said, "Bro, what's going on, Randers?" Obviously, I know it's not his fault. The midfield of Netherlands in that first half was definitely getting overrun. Like it just seemed like England had an extra 2-3 players in there at all times, kind of thing. But I just found it so joked that it happened to be Reinders was in that midfield and he just didn't perform on the one time that I said, I'm going to really watch him, today and see like what he's all about. The last player I wanted to talk about before we head out of here, though. What does Gareth Southgate do about this brother? How many goals has he got now in the tournament?
3.
Oh, he's on 3, yeah? He's on 3 goals. So he's
giving more
top goal scorer.
Yeah, him and Olmo.
And technically Cody Gakpo as well.
Yeah. True.
So all of these guys, he's joint top goal scorer. Scores one more, obviously depending on if Olmo doesn't score, he will then be the outright top goal scorer of this tournament.
I swear they said yesterday as well, which I didn't know. I don't know if it was just the Euros and the World Cup. They said he's got the most goals.
Yeah, in knockout international. Yeah. I'm
just picking up records all over the place. And I told you about that Panama victory, bro. That Panama and Iran game, they've done him wonders, blood.
I know. Do you want to know how many goals he scored? Weird number. 66.
Man said Trent.
Oh, he scored.
66 goals. Isn't that mad?
It's so mad when we're talking about Harry Kane. Like, listen, if we're talking, obviously, we're not talking about him as I don't want people to go mad. Harry Kane is an absolute bad boy striker. I ain't gonna like. There's no two ways about that. He's a bad boy striker. In this tournament, though, just for England's sake, I'm starting to just feel that this brother is more of a hindrance than he is offering England anything. Now, of course, he scored the goal. So the GA stat guys, I know you'll like that one, and that's fine. I can't even really beef you with that one because he is scoring the goals, right? But when I'm watching England, and just like we saw in the game, and I know substitutions, game state, and all these other things come into play, I get all of that. But you see, when Ollie Watkins came on, even for his goal, that was never happening with England. Now, we could put that down to many things. I don't know. I can't solely blame Kane for everything that goes wrong in the attacking sense because it's not always just him. Other players are not doing their job. But I feel like England are far more of a threat. Like Jerry said, go back to basics. I'm not saying that Kane doesn't even have to like start on the bench. I'm saying just put someone like Watkins alongside him at times if you want to go with your two up front. But if not, I feel like you need to drop Kane in order to just be a threat in the like against. And obviously we'll talk about the preview another day. But when you're coming up against Spain, I feel like you're going to need more of a Watkins than you ever would need a Harry Kane in that kind of game. I don't know.
You need to occupy the defenders. You need the defenders to do something. The Spanish defenders to have to work.
Yeah. They don't want to run. They don't want to run. Laporte, Lenormand, Nacho, them and don't want to run.
There was a ball that somebody played over to Kane yesterday from the left side. It might have been Trippier. And I watched him run for it, and he was running like he was struggling to get there, bro. Like zero pace behind it. And obviously he's got no tech when he comes to trying to take a man on. And I just think he would be tired as well. Because obviously they said that he had a little back problem and he's played bare games this season. Yeah. So I mean all of them have to be honest on that. But obviously the better teams, semi-final of the Champions League. So he's only one game away there. Played all the games in the Bundesliga as well. There does come a point, bro, like I was trying to before I was thinking, I wonder if he's just tired of that. But you know, like sometimes, bro, even though we've just seen him have a good season for Bayern, we've seen where it just instantly changes for strikers, where they just start falling off, bro. Like quick, their legs go. Yeah. Remember, Torres' one felt like it was overnight, bro.
Yes, 100%. Like, you didn't see that coming. You definitely didn't see that coming.
Before we sold him, there was a period where he just wouldn't score.
Yeah.
So, and then we was like, oh, he'll be all right once he gets to Chelsea, this will happen and that. No, he wasn't. He wasn't all right ever again.
But he got worse. He got worse.
And I feel like I don't know if that's the one guy that Southgate feels the pressure with, in the whole tournament, where it's like, because even the pundits and that they'll diss Harry Kane for 20 minutes, and then they'll say, "But you can't start him though." And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense to what you just said.
Southgate can't win either way because
I hear
if he was to start Watkins, you're gonna get one side saying, "Oh, why aren't you starting Harry Kane?" And let's say if he started Watkins and they lost the game, they're gonna say, "Oh, why didn't you start Kane?" And then you're going to get the other side saying, all right, well done, you started Watkins. It's the same thing with Trent. You're going to have side saying, good, you dropped Trent, and then others saying, Southgate's a bottle job or something, not starting Trent in midfield. So really and truly, as a manager in Southgate's shoes, he can't win either way.
Well, they asked Southgate in the interview Yeah. You see the interview after the game? They asked about bringing him on, and he said, like, obviously the energy had started to dip in the game and that, and we needed more energy, so we took Kane off and that. And I'm like, that's a valid reason anyway.
Yeah.
And I just think like now you'd go for one of the other two, Tony or Watkins, and then Kane on the bench, bruv. He's gonna come on the pitch at some point. If you just happen to be up in the game, then you're good on it. If you're not, then you bring Kane on, bruv, because it's probably Southgate's last tournament anyway. He's got to think what's best for his team, and just go out, just fuck it, bruv. Just go for it, innit? And you can't go for it with Harry Kane.
I think with Kane, though, it's a situation where because of the name he is, and the fact that he is a danger, it occupies defenders a bit more. Like I get like the idea that you've got Kane on the pitch, almost like, if you've got Kane on the pitch, like at any moment, it's like what you said. I know you can fall off, but at any moment you can get the ball, just wrap it into the bottom bins, and it's like there's a goal there, innit? Like that's what. With Kane, whereas with like a Watkins, we know he's on form and it was obviously a really good goal. If you play him and he's not on form and stuff, and you see him getting good positions, but you just don't finish his dinner, that's when you're looking and you're like, oh my god, what have we done in it? So it's that type of conundrum in it where you know Watkins probably fits the system better. Kane is Mr. England at the moment, isn't it? It's like the Salah situation, you know. We wanted to bench Salah, but you know Salah's inevitable. Kane's the inevitability in that team, innit? He's gonna get a goal. He's gonna get goals. Like, he's been terrible, but he's still joint top goal scorer, and he's been terrible. Like, that's the same argument Liverpool fans have with Salah. That's what probably Southgate's going through his head. Is that I've got to kind of keep Kane on the pitch because he's the one guy that I know if a chance comes, 9 times out of 10 he will finish.
But in the England case, though, what I will say is, obviously, just because it's the tournament football and how they've done the numbers, it's not like I'm not saying obviously he's got no one of a Harry Kane level, but he's definitely got someone who is an adequate enough replacement. Whereas in the Liverpool case, we don't have anybody on that. Like, we literally don't have anybody on that side. So I would understand if Liverpool had, like, okay, as an example, if Liverpool had like a Michael Elise, that then you could say, okay, it makes sense why you like if they're talking about benching thing, because you're bringing on another, you know, decent player, not as good as the first guy, but he's still decent enough. We have literally 0 players who are of any real level to play there, whereas he's fully got Ollie Watkins, who, let's not act like it's just one season that we've seen him do his thing. He's been doing his thing since he come to the Premier League. Like, he's just gotten better and better and better as time has gone on. So
Kane is tired, bro. I can see it, bro. Like,
bro.
And the thing is, bro. This is exactly what Spurs done in the Champions League final against Liverpool, bro. They brought Kane back in when he was injured and he wasn't moving right anyway, bro. And you end up regretting it, man. Like, I'll take the regret of not starting Harry Kane, bro. Like, everyone who's watching it knows anyway. Everyone be talking about it all tournament. If you, it's Spain, innit? If you go and lose against, you didn't lose because Watkins started. Trust me, bro. Because Kane and
I don't feel like
anyway, bro. And Jerry is right. He does have the inevitability of popping up in the box.
Yeah, he does.
But what I have seen is the goal he scored in the first goal he scored in the tournament. They were acting like no other striker could score that goal, bro. It was a simple goal, bro. That's what they'll keep doing, man. He has to listen, man. It's down to the manager, innit? But for me, you either got to not start him, or if he's not affecting the game, you have to bring him off earlier, bro. Don't be trying to do 10 minutes left against Spain, bro, because it might not work.
It might not work, bro. No, 100%.
You know what's going to happen. Same old. Like, Southgate's reverted back to the team that got him there in the first place. So Kane's going to start.
No, I know he's going to start. I'm just saying, just asking questions. Like,
I haven't really got an issue with Kane playing, and the reason why is because he does drop into midfield, and that's the part of the game which I think is going to be the struggle, is being able to battle with their midfield, because they're so possession based, and they do.
It's funny, it might actually help in that game. Can you imagine?
It might actually help.
What happens is he wins the ball off Rodri, and then look up, and then there's no one to pass the ball to, bro. Because the person who you're trying to pass the ball to is Kane, bro. That's what keeps happening, bro. The thing is, I'm not dissing him, because he actually yesterday there was a point where for some reason we were tracking back in that, and Kane was on the edge of our box, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? How are you this far back? You further back than Rice, bro, for no reason. But then I also saw the other day where he made a good tackle against Switzerland, bro. And so it's
as a right back.
Yeah, I mean, look, that can happen, but that's the problem. That's the problem you've got. Look, I think Harry Kane works if you're playing Rashford and Sterling either side.
Yes.
The reason why I say that is because as soon as they win the ball, you know you're going to play it into space, and it's going to stretch that defense. The gap between the midfield and Lenormand and Laporte will be so massive. Then the likes of Rice, Bellingham, Foden, you got space to run into to get onto the ball, and obviously Kane can go and get there. If you're playing what we're doing now, you can't even do that, because he's going to get the ball, and what's going to happen? He's going to pump it long, but it's only going to hit the halfway line. Laporte's going to win it because there's not against Foden. Let's say Foden's trying to win, he wins it, and we're just going to be camped in our box, and they're going to revel in that, in passing the box. They don't mind. They don't need that transition space. They're just going to want you parked in there, and they're going to go pop, 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 pop. Try to dissect you.
And Carvajal will be back in for that game as well. He'll be playing.
He will, man. But guys, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end the stream here. Big up to everybody in the chat
for the punch up and that.
Yeah. Big up Nunes and the guys. Yeah, England, it's coming home, man. It looks like at this current moment in time. Listen, it looks like it might just be coming home, but of course we'll have to wait and see. Excuse me. Big up to Jerry, K-Mac, Savage, Harris. Love for joining me this afternoon. I might be back later on. We might talk about this whole Nunes situation, Van Dijk and whatever.
I do, man. Man are talking about Nunes getting banned on that, bro. And if he does, bro, it's a blessing in disguise. You know, like that, bro. Bring it this time, bro. Trust me,
bro. Listen. If let me not even say it because I know people are going to.
I think you probably need to talk about those misses in the first half as well. Jesus.
I'm going to watch. I actually even because I didn't watch the game in it. I wanna see the game as well because again, like Savage said the other day, we was getting hoodwinked into thinking that this guy was doing a madness when he's not been doing a madness. So I'm tired of it. So, but of course, I'll give him his dues, and we'll wait and see. But big up everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you like and subscribe on your way out. I might be back later, so just make sure your notification bells are on. Peace.